Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Kanina po kasi nagkaroon ng briefing ang OVP and sinabi nga po nila na the Vice President is eager nga to be able to present her evidence and yet meron nga pong ganitong delays. Ang paliwanag naman po ni OVP spokes Ruth Castelo ay her lawyers are taking legal remedies or strategies that are allowable in court. So may I get lang po yung reaction on this?
Well, we welcome the statement of the Office of the Vice President that they want to have the trial proceed. And we hope that that is exactly what will happen. Hindi lang naman sila, buong Pilipinas ang nag-iintay na malitis na itong kaso.
And then on another lang po na sinabi nga na handa rin po silang tumalima and in case the SC says na the impeachment should proceed. Pero may sinabi din po siya na in case the SC says it cannot be heard at this time. And then ito po yung sinabi niya, we'll be very lucky as a country because we'll save millions and millions of money on a trial that is technically defective from the very beginning. And she also added na huwag nang magsayang ng resources sa bansa na pwede pang maibigay sa ibang programa kaysa sa trial na mate-technical din sa dulo.
Unang-una, dapat siguro maalala natin kung saan nagbunga yung impeachment case. Yan ay resulta ng pag-iimbestiga ng ating mga kongresista, mga committees ng House of Representatives at maraming pagkakataon ang ibinigay kay Vice President Sara Duterte na ipaliwanag yung kanyang sarili pagdating sa mga issue ng budget, ng OVP, etc. Pero hindi nga niya, she did not take advantage of those opportunities which left everybody hanging and everybody wondering, ano ba talaga ang nangyari? Kung sana naisagot na niya yung mga lumalabas noon sa mga investigasyon ng Kongreso ay maaaring hindi na tayo umabot sa ganito. But because of that recalcitrance, the people deserve transparency, the people deserve accountability. Kailangan malaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung nangyari at talaga bang nagkaroon ng mga impeachable offenses si Vice President Duterte. And it's about time that we respect the process in the Constitution for holding high government officials accountable.
Thank you, Pam. Marian Enriquez from TV5. Go ahead.
Morning, sir. Kanina you mentioned na yung mismo yung utos ng saligang batas, ano? Na pag dumating na po yung impeachment complaint, ituturing na articles of impeachment at agad-agad kailangan ng simulan yung trial. Pero up until now, wala pa rin pong nangyari. Even the pre-trial. Tingin niyo po deliberately vina-violate na nga talaga ng Senado po itong konstitusyon?
I leave it to the people to judge. I have said this many times that any actions that do not lead to an immediate trial of the case are not consistent and in fact violate the Constitution. May isa pang mahalagang provision dun sa ating Constitution sa Article 11. At yun yung nabanggit ko kanina that once the impeachment court convenes, it has the sole power to try and decide the case. And you have to look at those two provisions together na kailangan ilitis agad para ma-exercise ng Senado yung kanilang kapangyarihan bilang impeachment court na desisyon na ang kaso.
So even yung sinabi rin po kanina ng Earl, yung, for example, yung plan po ni Senator Bato de la Rosa to even raise a motion pag-convene po ng 20th Congress, pag-open ng session, yung tatanungin po kung dapat ba or gusto ba ng 20th Congress Senators na ituloy yung impeachment trial. Paglabag din po yun, or unconstitutional din po yun.
Nag-convene na kasi ang impeachment court. Kaya it's a duty of the incoming senators also to take their oath, just like the senators in the 19th Congress, who are now still a part of the 20th, have done so. Tungkulin nila yon. Yun ang aking pananaw.
Sir, kayo po, mayroon po ba kayong recommendation na siguro kung paano pwedeng gawin ng House Prosecution Team, maybe file a motion, kahit umpisahan na po yung pre-trial, kahit sana pa paano may gumugulong kumbaga?
Well, I cannot speak yet for the House Prosecution Panel at ayoko rin na ilabas kung ano man ang magiging strategiya o mga taktika ng prosecution. So I'd rather not respond to that question in the meantime.
But for you, if hindi pa naman, since hindi pa po kayo bahagi, kung kayo lang po personally tatanungin, ano pong tingin nyo maganda kayang dapat gawin din ng House Prosecution Panel right now para gumulong na po kahit paano yung proceedings?
I think one of the problems the prosecution is facing, and again, I'm not speaking on behalf of the panel, is that wala pa tayong session, and we are still in adjournment. Therefore, any motions that may be filed now will most likely not be acted upon until the 20th Congress opens. So kahit na may mga i-file ngayon, hindi tayo sure kung magkakaroon ng action.
Pero sir, di ba continuing body ang impeachment court? So hindi po ba nila pwedeng gawin yun even during recess?
Yes, in theory they can do it. But again, I'm not I cannot put myself in the mind of the Senate President whether what his disposition is as far as that goes.
Babalik lang po ako sa SWS survey kung saan majority ng Filipinos agree na dapat harapin ni VP Sara yun pong impeachment trial para po i-address yung pong corruption allegation. In that same survey, majority rin po ng mga Pilipino sa Mindanao, particularly 55% agree na dapat pong i-address ni VP Sara yung allegation sa kanya on corruption sa formal impeachment proceedings. What does it show na pati po sa Mindanao kung saan may impluensya po yung mga Duterte ay mataas din po yung percentage ng mga Filipino na nag-a-agree?
I think it shows that the stance taken by the Vice President when the matter was being investigated by Congress ay hindi satisfied ang taong bayan, pati yung mga kapatid at kababayan natin sa Mindanao. And I think it's about time that there be more transparency. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan naman natin dito, hindi pera ng isang tao lang, pera ng buong bansa yan. Kailangan magkaroon ng pananagutan, kailangan malaman ng tao kung paano at saan ginamit yung pera na nanggaling sa atin lahat.
Ano naman po sa tingin niyo po yung implication na habang nabibinbin po yung proseso ng impeachment ay tumataas po yung public awareness kaugnay po ng issue?
Yes, and the longer the longer it takes for the impeachment trial to happen, talagang tataas at tataas yan sa tingin ko because we only have so much patience. Ito ay isang utos ng ating konstitusyon na dapat matagal nang nagawa o nasunod pero hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin nangyayari.
Last on my part na lang po regarding po sa SC resolution na nanghihingi po ng karagdagang dokumento at information sa Kamara kaugnay po ng impeachment complaints na inihain po against the Vice President. Kayo po ba as isa po sa mga mauupong House Prosecutor when the 20th Congress convenes, do you believe na hindi mag-i-issue ng TRO ang SC?
Well, ganito na isinampay yung mga petisyon na yan way back in February of this year. And up to now, wala pa naman lumalabas na temporary restraining order or injunction ang Supreme Court. Doon sa issue ng paglabas ng kanilang recent directive sa House of Representatives at sa Senado, ito lang sa tingin ko magkakaroon ng isang malaking question o debate within the legal community and even within the different branches of our government. Kasi kailangan mabalanse natin yung kapangyarihan ng Supreme Court to check grave abuse of discretion with the sole power put in the impeachment court by the Constitution. Nakalagay kasi sa Constitution natin, pagka mag-convene ang ating Senate bilang impeachment court, sila lang ang may kapangyarihan. Sabi nga ang wording ng Constitution, the sole power to try and decide the case. Ngayon, a balance has to be struck between that exclusive power given to the Senate as an impeachment court and the power given to the Supreme Court to check grave abuse of discretion. I think that will be an underlying issue that arose from the issuance of that directive by the Supreme Court. I fully respect the Supreme Court. I know ito ay isang pending case kaya meron tayong sub judice rule. Pinapoint out ko lang po na maaaring maging issue itong bagay na ito.
So, follow up lang po, Kong. So, you believe na it's far from happening, yung pag-i-issue ng TRO ng Supreme Court on the petitions filed against the impeachment case?
Very hard for me to put myself in the minds of the members of the court. Hindi ko talaga masasabi kung it's very hard for me to answer your question because I really don't know what the court is disposed to do.
Thank you, Rose. We will acknowledge Agatha Gregorio from ABS-CBN for her questions.
Good morning po, Kong. So regarding naman po yung impeachment din po, especially yung SWS survey po na nabanggit kanina, you mentioned din po na the public clamor could impact yung impeachment court po. Do you think this is enough po to influence the Senate to push through the trial more and stop yung so-called delays na po?
You know, in my experience in all the previous impeachment cases that I was involved in, malaking bagay talaga yung public clamor. Mula pa noong impeachment case ni dating Pangulong Estrada hanggang ngayon, it's always been a factor because sabi nga nila, hindi lang naman legal ang isang impeachment, kundi political din. And the senators also are, many of them are up for re-election in the future. So iniisip din malamang nila kung ano yung magiging epekto ano yung mga nasa sa isip ng ating publiko.
And then kayo po, have you met with the other House prosecutors since po talked about the second requirement po?
Well, I have had discussions with the prosecution teams, pero dahil hindi pa naman ako official na kabahagi ng prosecution panel, I have not taken part in any of their meetings. I think that will have to wait until I am officially appointed, if ever, by the 20th Congress.
And regarding po yung resolutions of both houses po for charter change, do you think enough po yung time given yung impeachment nga po and then we're halfway through the Marcos administration po?
Sa tingin ko, well, you raise a very good point. Sa tingin ko, wala kukulangin talaga ng oras yan para ma-address yung both houses resolution.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Balikan ko lang ho yung survey regarding the impeachment of VP. The survey represents the public clamor, ano po? Sinasabi po nila. Do you think po yung survey po in a way ay naging partial success para po sa House? And in a way po din ay na-pressure ngayon po ang Senado dahil si Senator Joel po announced it earlier na magre-reconvene na po ang impeachment court on August 4. Ano po ang reaction po ninyo?
Noon pa lang mga hearings ng mga iba't ibang committee ng House of Representatives, nakita naman natin lahat na tutok ang mga ordinaryong Pilipino. Halos lahat ng mga tahanan ay alam nila kung anong nangyayari, kung sino tumetestigo, anong ebidensya ang hinaharap. And that has, I believe, really raised their attention and awareness about what impeachment is all about. Kasi nga, pag sinabi natin impeachment, ang talagang issue dyan ay dapat ba may pananagutan ang isang mataas na opisyal. At ngayon, everyone is waiting with bated breath for the trial to begin. And the survey, I believe, shows that sentiment.
Now that the Senate will reconvene as impeachment court on August 4, palagay niyo po ba na pressure ang Senado sa survey?
I think for me the question is the Constitution commands that the Senate, after it is convened as an impeachment court, must conduct the trial forthwith. And that should happen. So para sa akin, yun ang talagang kailangan mangibabaw sa lahat ng mga senator judge natin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mabik. We now call on Bernard Daguinod from Saksi Ngayon.
Tingin niyo, sir, nauubos na yung pasensya ng mga tao sa Senado at saka kay VP dahil sa pagsagot. Kaya ganun na lang yung lumabas sa survey.
Tingin ko, yung lumabas sa survey talagang eye-opener yan para sa lahat. Kasi ang pinapakita niyan na iniintay ng sambayan ng Pilipino yung paglitis ng kaso. We are all waiting for the trial to begin.
Nauubos na pasensya.
I think you can come to that conclusion from the results of the survey.
Thank you, Bernard. For today's last question, Big Sumintak from Net25.
Kong, magandang umaga po. Itong dilema na kinakaharap natin sa impeachment case against the Vice President, may tuturing ba natin ito na unique and extraordinary compare doon sa mga previous impeachment cases like of ERAP and Chief Justice Corona? Kasi Itong kay VP Sara, nung ma-file yung article of impeachment, pasara ang 19th Congress. Kaya nagkakaroon ng ganitong delay na ginagamit ng Senado para hindi kaagad masunod yung constitutional provision na forthwith.
Well, maraming unique at kakaibang mga pangyayari dito sa impeachment case ni VP Sara Duterte. Nandyan yung nabanggit ninyo na yung timing ng pag-filing, pero hindi lang yon. Nandyan din yung issue ng yung mga nangyari before and after the articles, the verified complaint was filed. At pinaka-recent, syempre, yung direktiba na nanggaling sa ating Korte Suprema. Samantalang nag-convene na ang ating Senado bilang impeachment court. So all of these issues are new, and as far as I'm aware, wala pa talaga tayong konkretong jurisprudence pagdating sa mga ilang issue na yan.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw. Bunyog, bunyog.